Interesting cards, guys. Okay, so the underlying energy, guys, is the Three of Pentacles here. Very interesting because, wow, underneath here, the Four of Swords. So this is about planning for the future with a partner, with people, with someone. Now, for those of you that don't have anybody in your life right now, this could really just talk about, this is planning for the future for yourself, planning for the future with within a community, with a person you want to go out with, or planning for the future in regards to adding other people in, or adding someone into your life. So it's very interesting. And underneath that is the Four of Swords. So there was some sort of healing that was done in the past, some time of reflection. We're looking within the self, meditating, resting. Perhaps there was a break between you and an individual, maybe, because that can indicate, you know, a break, or a temporary break. And as for some of you guys, it could also indicate that there was just some time that you needed to get back to yourself. Now, the relationship is showing here the situation in your love life is showing the Fool. So there's a new beginning for a lot of you guys, whether this is relationships or this is in regards to being single. You guys are single and ready to mingle. For those of you that are out there ready to, you know, reconnect with somebody or connect with somebody, because obviously you're considering that. But also, I have a feeling that for those of you that are in relationships, you're starting fresh within it. You're starting fresh. You're going in with no sort of, nothing that's keeping you from being able to express who you are, express to yourself, and really just experience the connection for what it truly is. Now, the Ten of Wands is very interesting. That's the desired outcome. It's almost like you guys want to complete the cycle out already, or let go of some sort of burden. Maybe they're, you know, I feel like you guys are starting fresh, but the desired outcome is very interesting. The Ten of Wands coming up. So that's talking about dropping a burden, or it's completing a cycle, obviously, right? And what's keeping this from happening, right, is the Two of Cups, which is about the connection, is about two people coming together, right? It's the perfect partnership, the perfect friendship, the perfect connecting of someone, like someone that feels the same way about you, right? And so definitely when this card always comes up, I always say this person feels the same way about you. Whatever you feel about them, they feel the same way. And the reason why this card is coming up, like as the blockage, is because of the Page of Wands. So almost like there was some sort of news, a sort of gesture, something was given or something was said, or there was some sort of action that was taken in the past, or there's some sort of flirting, some lighthearted energy. Capricorn, it's almost like there's some burden in the past here that may be keeping you from truly being free right now, free to explore and to enjoy the connection here, because the connection is fresh, it's new, it's showing it with the page. And I feel like with the best path to follow being the Hierophant, it's almost like it's saying, well, find what you're willing to commit to. What are you wanting to commit to? The Hierophant is talking about different, differences also, right? Because, Capricorns, you're more traditional, right? I don't know if you like the traditional route, but, your ruling planet is Saturn, which is ruled by traditions. And even though this card is Taurus, it's talking about conformity, this talks about traditions, it talks about the status quo. Perhaps this is talking about breaking the status quo, because the Ten of Wands is about overcoming burdens. Now, I feel like this relationship is exactly what you wanted to do, what you expected, right? Or perhaps this is better than what you expected, because this person feels the same way about you. And it started off just being something light and fun, nothing really serious. But then at the same time, the Fool is coming up, right? Let's just talk about a new beginning, something exciting, something fresh. Now, for those of you in this relationship, this is about rekindling the fire in a way, because the Page of Wands is there, and it's bringing you two together. But the Ten of Wands is your desired outcome, which is to overcome some sort of obstacle, some sort of burden, to drop this burden. And this burden may be of commitment, of status quo, maybe because of some sort of differences that are outside of your typical norm, perhaps. Now, the Four of Pentacles, it's just, this is a very interesting card that comes up in your feelings, because to me, I feel like you guys do feel comfortable, you do feel safe, but it's in a certain boundary, a boundary that you may have set in place to keep yourself from being able to explore, to truly be open to the connection, as open as you possibly can. This is taking a risk in the situation, and this is the complete opposite of that. So it's very interesting that these two comes up. Now, the Four of Pentacles could also indicate that you guys are reevaluating what your worth is, to figure out what you're truly worth, in regards to being able, or being more open to different opportunities or different avenues in which love can be presented to you, because the Ace of Pentacles is in your outcome, which I'll get to in a moment. So these two energies, Fool, 10, Fool, 10, excuse me, 4 of Pentacles, those two are very opposing energies. This one holds back, this one goes all in. And then at the same time, this is Major Arcana and this is Minor Arcana. So I feel like there's just a new beginning that's starting, an opportunity to be this way. And I feel like, this is opening the door to that, because this love is opening the door. But at the same time, this 10 of Wands has a lot to do with what you're conformed to, what your boundaries are, perhaps in regards to what love is, or perhaps someone else's boundaries, breaking down those barriers. But this is your feelings. This is not anyone else's. And the 4 of Pentacles may be feeling like you either are being held back or you're holding yourself back. And I feel like most importantly, this is you, because, the person that's keeping this person sitting here is themselves. They can remove the Pentacles if they want to. They can get up and leave, and they can go explore. This person doesn't want to because they feel comfortable, or at least I think they feel comfortable. This is this safe net. This is what they are familiar with. This is something that they're not willing to break off. And that's what the Hermit's all about, right? The Hierophant, excuse me. I did this in Sagittarius, where I kept calling the Hierophant the Hermit. But the Hierophant is what's comfortable, what's familiar, what is been tradition, what is known that to be the pattern for eons and eons, all right? Or for generations. And perhaps this is breaking that generational cycle to do what you truly want to do, to go with your heart's desire. Perhaps the norm is no longer what truly resonates with you, and that's why now the 4 of Pentacles feels like more of a, this is what I know, this is what I am familiar with, then okay, this is how life is going to be, because this is what I want it to be. Right? And this is not really following your heart. This is not really following what the passion is leading you towards, which is this connection that may be different from what you've been than what you've been used to for a while. Now, with this 6 of Wands, I feel like you want to see that if you do go ahead and step outside of this comfort zone and go off after this relationship that's different from the typical type or situation, you want to feel like you guys made the right decision. And there is no such thing as a right decision, right? Because why? Because the right decision is based off of how you feel. There's no universal truth. There's no universal anything. Nobody has a set plan for you in regards to what you do, Capricorn. Nobody. Not even God. God is like, you know what? I put you on this earth for free will. I didn't set anything, and I set no intention for you. The only intention I have really is for you to be true to yourself. That is what you're meant to do. That's why people say, oh, my God's purpose was to do this and this and this. Your God's purpose was for you to follow your heart, and that person did. That's what that means. So Capricorn, follow what your heart is. If God is saying this is, if God is saying that you should be doing this and this and this, then this, and it doesn't resonate, then maybe that's not really God's words. Maybe this is more of what what has been told to you from generation to generation, and it don't resonate no more. Maybe that's what it is. But God is always encouraging you to go with what your heart wants. Go with what love feels like. Go with what feels good. Not necessarily just like always look for pleasure and all that all the time. Because there is some times where love can put you in situations where it's a little bit more difficult and you may not want to be there. But because you have love there, you stick with it. This is more following your heart and going with it. Going with what your heart's desire is. God would never put you in a situation where you just absolutely hate it. All right? And the reason why I say that is because this is Leo season. Leo season is the sun. The sun represents what? Jesus and God and all that. And the source, which is us. We are the source, right? We are the power that rests in our hands, right? We are able to be and to do and to make what we want to make with the ability to know that we have God within us, which is the sun, right? Because Leo is the creation energy. So what you guys want to create, make it happen if you want to, because guess what? Because if you want this, if this is your true heart's desire, there is no wrong direction. There's no wrong avenue. There's nothing that's keeping you from doing that, right? Nothing. Any direction that makes you feel happy is the right direction. Okay, so sorry for that ramble. But the thing is, though, Capricorn, I just want you guys to know is that yes, you want to feel like you want to feel proud of the action that you made. You want to feel recognized. There may be this desire to, to at least know that with the steps you're taking is in a direction in which you want to see, beneficial to you. And I feel like it will, as long as you believe in yourself, because this person wouldn't be able to get here if they didn't believe in themselves. They had to go through the Five of Wands energy, which talks about conflict and, trying different techniques, competition, that other people may be better at them at doing something else, but because they believed in their ability to do something, they rose above it. And that's for you guys. That's you. And I feel like you guys can rise above it. You guys are Capricorns. You're the goats that walk up the mountain because they want to feel they have accomplished something. They feel pride in themselves. They know that they can do it. Okay? It's determination. And I feel like you can. Now, with the outcome being the Page of Pentacles here, I do get this feeling that there is a new beginning that could be offered here in the outcome. There's something that can start fresh, start anew. But most importantly, this is also realizing and looking closely at what is truly worthy of you. If this relationship is worth a start or worth a try, then this Page of Pentacles is the offer and the new beginning towards that can honestly last quite a long time. This is something that can lead to some stability, but it requires communication. It requires looking closely at the details to know exactly what it is that you want, but not necessarily looking at the details of what it is, of what can be offered to you, most importantly. But it's more so looking at the details of what your heart is trying to tell you is of value. Because if this is what you want, there's no disputing this. There's nothing like that. There's no disputing it. And I feel like the passion is here. The passion is here. The drive is there. And it's towards this relationship that's not typical. And if you want to build a relationship with this individual here, you can definitely do that. And if you're wondering if it's in the right path to do so, it sure is. If it makes you happy, if it's something that really makes your heart yell and scream and shout, that's what God wants you to do, right? Because love is superior, right? God or whoever you believe in, it could be anybody, right? And I'm not just talking. I'm not necessarily Christian or anything like that, but it could be anybody. Source, universe, God, yourself. You are the direction in which you want to make sure that you're headed towards, and not anywhere else, right? So when I say God, it really just means whoever you believe in, because there's a wide range of individuals here that watch these videos that have different religions, that have different backgrounds, that have all kinds of different things. So you gotta go for what it is that truly makes you happy, that truly makes you feel good. Because that's the only way you'll be able to walk in your light, because you're being authentic to you, right? So let's go ahead and see what's going on, Capricorn, in your wisdom of the Oracle card for the week, okay? What else can we get for this reading, or what advice can we get additional for this? Oh, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. I believe that. So with the Hierophant coming up, I feel like that's talking about having patience in a way, like just sticking with it and working through it. This is something that you want. It's going to take time to see the results of it, but I feel like if it's in the direction in which you want to be in, give it some time. To really give it some time. Alright, guys. One more card here from the wisdom of the Oracle. What's going on? What additional information can you get for Capricorn for the wisdom of the Oracle? Okay. And it says exchanging gifts. And exchanging gifts does talk about a give and take, a balance. You know, making sure that there is some balance being given in this relationship. Making sure that you're giving and you're receiving as much, you know, in a balanced manner. Okay? And I feel like it's okay to give something a shot. And it's something that's worthy of you, right? Worthy of your time, worthy of everything. Because what gifts are is just something that is worth something. Worth something to you. And I don't think this means give somebody a gift. I really don't. I think it means, because exchanging gifts talks about someone getting something out of doing something for someone else, or getting something out of doing something for yourself, or getting something out of doing something with someone. And if you get something out of this connection, then this is a definite advocate way to kind of go ahead and say, you might want to just go ahead and see how this is, see how this works, see what else, what further on you can get towards. But the Page of Pentacles is like your homework right now, Capricorn, right? And I'm not trying to give you guys homework, right? You're adults and stuff like that. We typically watch this. But just for fun, just to see what you guys come up with, and you can leave me a comment too to see kind of, because I'm kind of curious to see what as well, right? What is so valuable to you within this relationship? What do you get out of the current connections you have with this partner? And what is, you know, why do you feel that is good enough for you to keep pushing forward, right? Because not like, why is it, not that why can't you move forward? Why can't you do that? No, let's look at what we can do, right? What is so valuable within this relationship for you? What is the most valuable? And what do you feel like you can, what do you want more of it? What more of it do you want? Like, you know, get in there, right? Talk about how you feel. Talk about how you feel about the connection in the chat too, guys. Okay, in the comments, right? Talk about that. Because I'm interested to see. You get something out of it, Capricorn. When something comes up, when this comes up like this, I feel like there is something seriously meaningful about the connection you have. And Capricorns, I'm going to say something now. You don't let on that you have feelings for somebody. You like just keep it very strict, very, you know, focused. You're very focused on things. So when somebody grabs that heartstring of yours, it's a definitely serious business thing. And I'm not saying it as a joke, right? When I say serious business, I mean like it's serious. It's very serious, and it makes me happy and it gets me excited.